Welcome back to another episode of Friends of George's. And today, my guest is Mr. Mario!
Hello! How are you?
I am doing great. So, Mario, in on this video, the first thing I always ask my guests is, how do you pronounce your full name properly? First, last, middle name.
Oh, I have two names. I will say it's everything. Look, Mario Andres Gutierrez Herrera.
That's a long name.
This is my full name. Yeah, I know. It's a full of R's.
I know. I'm not even gonna attempt to say it because my Spanish is terrible, so I'm not gonna try it. What do your parents call you?
Uh, even though I'm not young anymore, my mom still call me Marito
Oh,
or Mario Andres.
Marito, little Mario.
Yeah, like my family is calling me Mario Andres, but my mom Marito.
I'm gonna start calling you Marito.
No problem.
So please tell us where you're from, where do you live right now, where do you base, etc.
I was born in Chile long time ago. It's like Star Wars. And now I'm living in Israel in a city called Rehovot that is really close to Tel Aviv. And I moved here because love brought me here. Like
Oh,
long, long story, but I'm spending already like 16 years living here, and it was really a good decision for me.
wow. So do you speak fluent Hebrew?
Yes, yes, I learned. It took me like 1 year to learn how to speak and language. To read and write is kind of more complicated because
Yeah.
you need to practice a lot and everything is opposite side. So I'm not that good on that, but I'm learning even more now in the Zoom school
Uh-huh.
with my.
Uh-huh. Wow, 1 year because I learned English when I was little, but then when I moved to Canada, I still would not say I speak fluently. It took me like a few years to actually feel comfortable with English.
Wow.
So
So for
Hebrew,
me, like I didn't speak any English at all. So for me, it was English and Hebrew at the same time. And it was like, I'm living in a foreign country, so I must learn uh, how to speak at least because, many of them, they don't like when you speak in English.
yeah,
So that's why.
cool. So I met you, of course, is through fitness. So can you tell us about your fitness journey? Have you always liked exercise, sports? Did you play any sports when you were younger? Oh, cut off. Hello, can you hear me?
My love, yeah, my love for fitness started when I was 8 years old. My physical education teacher in the school, he was in charge of gymnastics,
Mm,
and I started to do gymnastics, and I fell in love. Like I love to do backflips and you know, like a monkey. Like I was a monkey, jumping and climbing and everything. And this was the first thing. After that, I met martial arts, and I was practicing martial arts. I started by myself when I was 10, and after that, I met my sensei, and then I never stopped. Like when I became a Zest, I stopped to train and practice martial arts because before I was in Zumba, I was a dancer, and they have ballet, and the martial arts was completely the opposite. So I was crying. So I stopped the martial arts thing, and I started to learn how to do ballet and dancing. Um, and
so you
after,
are a ballerina, a ballerino.
no, I wasn't pure ballet. Like I have every day like 3 or 4 hours ballet, and beside that, I was learning how to dance tango, samba, salsa, like every folkloric dancing from South America.
When was that? Like, how old were you?
I was when I was in this company, I was 18 years old. But before that, I was already in the university because I finished my school at 16, and at 17 I was in the university studying physical education.
Ah, okay.
So
Cool.
all my life was related to fitness.
Cool. Because I do love your dancing, because I think you're one of the best trainers we have, like I've seen. Like your style. I just taught Sayonara like last week. And it was your choreo because I loved it so much. It was amazing.
Thank you, my friend. Thank
No,
you.
and I
It's an
just love
honor.
how you work with people, the energy that you give out in like in a class on stage, it is really really good. Like you see people with aura, right? Like color around them. You are like the nice guy, kind-hearted person.
Thank you, my man. And you do, like, many of us have role models, and not many people are good in many things, and you are one of them. Like you're telling me, and I'm watching you, and I'm seeing this exactly the same. I
Wow.
was in a hip hop session with you and
Michael?
Michael Thomas in my first Zumba convention, and you blow my mind. And I was doing Shorty Got Moves. Your choreo, I'm still doing your choreo after almost 12 years. You remember? I can show I can show you the choreo. I really, so it's both ways. So I'm really honored to have you as a friend too.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. No, no, I remember the first time that I was like, oh my god, this guy is when you did pro skill training at the ZinCon because Steve was sick. You took over that year, remember?
I will never forget.
Yeah, it was a very last minute thing, and you and Carolina, I believe,
Yeah,
or Maria,
yeah. It was.
either one of them.
It was a many people, like, because Darren called me like 2 hours before and say, Mario, Steve is sick. Can you take over? And say, okay, but you have like 800 people waiting for Steve. Shooting myself. So
Yeah.
every single Zest available came to help, and even Beto was there, and in the end it was good. Like, it's a good experience. But it's good to know that sometimes we are still able to work under pressure.
No, that was the
It's a
first
good
time
thing.
I actually saw you in action. I mean, I met you a few years before at a Zest meeting, etc. But that was the first
Right.
time I actually saw you in action. I'm just like, oh, this guy is crazy good.
Yeah. Thank you. I love that. I love many things from the Zumba, but that training, poof, it blew my mind.
How did you
It was
get into like fitness world, like teaching group fitness or teaching dance class, for example? How did you get into it?
as I told, like, before I was in the university, I was already teaching, like, for poor kids. I was doing free classes for them, like martial art classes and fitness classes, to take them out from this environment. So that was when I between 14 and 17 years old,
Okay, I want to
without a
stop you right
degree.
there. This is what I'm talking about Mario, the humanity in this guy. This is something that I noticed at like events, SingCon, or anything. That when he interact with people, I actually see that side of him. That's what exactly what I'm talking about. So it's your humanity. So keep going. Sorry for disturb your story.
And after that, the first year in the university, I was learning new things, and they are pushing you to teach right away. So when I was 17 years old, I already was doing, aerobics and gymnastic. I was in charge, and I was helping the martial art teacher that we have over there. So we have athletics, swimming. We have every single sport, because the degree, the on Chile is almost 7 years.
Mm.
So I was learning how to do almost everything. So like for I felt that this is me. Like this is what I wanted to do
Yeah.
all my life. There wasn't nothing uh, beside that I wanted to do. So
Have you ever worked an office job, like a regular 9 to 5, 9 to 6?
no, and I, I please God no, because I'm so bad. You know, I'm a Latin guy. You know, we are always late. We are not organized. Like I'm not like this because I have my wife. That Nati, she's really organized and she put me on track. But um, and because I learned how to do it, you know, I was dancing in a company that you need to start on time and you need rehearsal and this and that. But like a normal Chilean guy, we are stuck. So I was working in a gym as a fitness staff instructor. So I needed to be seated and waiting for people to come and ask for questions.
Mm.
And it was like 2 hours, and I was dying. Like every Zest meeting or master trainer meeting that we need to sit, I'm like I'm out. I'm out. I can't. I can stand 5 hours no moving, but sitting, no way.
Well, speaking about a Zest meeting, how did you get into Zumba?
Oh, that was like 11 years ago. I was teaching here a class called Aero Latino. That is was pretty much look like Zumba, but a little bit more complicated. And then when someone brought the brand here, they were looking for like aerobic instructors or dancers or fitness instructors on in studios. And they came to me and they say, we brought Zumba, and why you can maybe you can come to do the training. I say, what is Zumba? Like I never heard about Zumba. And I say, no, thank you so much. I don't really want to do it. And then my wife pushed me, and he said, look, it's 2 days training. Go. You will have another license to teach, and you know the usual. And I went, and my Zest was Marta Formoso.
Wow.
That she's a really good friend of mine right now. But our beginning was, oh my God, we were fighting the whole training. I was late. I was doing choreo instead of 4 steps. I had like 35 steps. So you can imagine Sergeant Formoso with me. Oh my God, it was a really good training. But now, yeah, you get it, because
Yeah.
we didn't know about Zumba. I didn't know what it is, Zumba. So for me, it was okay, too easy, only 4 steps, really? And no. So after that, after a period of time, you understand that it's not about you, it's about the
Hmm.
people coming to your classes. And then, I switched my mindset
Yeah.
to Zumba.
And then how you became a Zest?
After a year that Zumba came to Israel, they start to look for a Zest because um, many people they didn't understand English. This is one. Number two is it was really cheaper to have someone from here than paying someone
Flying.
from abroad and bring it to Israel. So after a year, they look for people. We apply like I don't know, like 30 people maybe, and we send a lot of things. They ask for a lot of things: background, letters, curriculum, videos in English, and the language that you know. So I send in Spanish, in Hebrew, and you need like to send your choreos and step, like really a long, long, long process.
Mm.
And after that, they sent me to Europe to take the training with I don't remember with oh, I don't remember. So they sent me to Europe to the training for myself, and after that I start to used to do trainings already.
Do you remember the year that you went to the first Zest meeting? Was it 2010 or 11?
It was 2011 because
11?
2010 Zumba came here to Israel.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Yes. You know, Nati was pregnant. She was pregnant in one of my first trainings. She was pregnant, and in the night, water broke. You know, and I called in charge of Zoom and say, my wife is in the hospital. I can. No worries, Sharon. Like people from the Zoom office say, it's okay. Cancel the training. Say, no, I don't want to cancel the training. In the end, I did a 1 day training instead of 2 days, but it was so funny because I was thinking only in Nati and my baby.
Of
So
course.
the first day I didn't do it. The second day I did a long day because I didn't know how to do a 1 day training. So I remember that it was really long.
Good. That's awesome. So I think that the first time I met you was at the Zest meeting at the tent. You know the hotel with the tent.
Yes, yes,
There, there was the one, right?
right.
And I'm like, who is this guy? Like so macho, black hair.
It really very chested. Yeah,
Yes, because I think we probably like hang out at the swimming pool,
yeah. I know. I
right?
know. It was like it was you, Naomi,
Stephanie,
Herman, Stephanie,
yeah,
David. Yeah, the gang.
the young
Um,
people.
the young. Yeah,
But
yeah.
that is super cool. Well, I think I try to keep it like around 10 to 15 minutes. I don't want it to be like super, super long. But it was great to get to know your background. I've known you for 11 years, 10, 11 years. But I never knew you did gymnastic. I don't know you can do flips. Can you still flip?
Because I was a dancer before, I ruined my back. I have three discopathies. Like four doctors told me you need a back surgery, not tomorrow, today. Yeah, because I was, in the shows, you need to lift the dancers, and sometimes they are not jumping. So
Mm,
you lift the girls uh, with your muscles.
wow.
And the funny thing is that yesterday I found some videos of those dances, and I was like, I was doing lifting with one hand, like I'm lifting girls and boys with one hand, like I was really really strong. Now I have problems to lift my kids now.
But you can do this.
Uh,
Well,
yeah.
thank you so much for joining me today at this little interview. It was great to get to know you, and hope you have a great day. It looks like a beautiful sunny day where you are.
Yes, look, I will show you around.
Wow, trees and grass. We don't get that. I only see building.
Yeah, so my kids are already skating. That's why I'm alone
It's
and
quiet.
quiet.
Yeah. Well, that's
No,
it for today. I think we have a lot of information from you that people would love to hear and love to learn about. So thank you so much, Mario.
thank you, George.